how do you kind of perceive the employment situation for those around you, your friends, and
Employment sucks right now because of the economy, or at least that's what I'm gonna say. It's because of like in the. I know for a lot of my friends, they're having a hard time finding jobs. I know before my teacher offered for me to start working at the school, I was having a terrible time finding jobs, and most of the jobs that I've gotten, and I have friends that feel the same way, are from people like hooking you up. Like, I work here, so I'm gonna try to get you a job working here, and like the application process almost seems unnecessary. Like for a lot of people because they put in all these applications, never get a call back, and they don't get a job until like someone else hooks them up. Like,
right?
that's how it feels for a lot of people right now. So like employment really sucks, and I think that like or the employment situation really sucks, and I think that it's putting a lot of weight on students. I know for like students get leaving school, because I know for me, my brother's gonna try to help me get a job out in Chicago, and so hopefully that all works out, and I'll have a job lined up. But my plan was, or still is, to stay here for a couple months before I go up to Chicago, and so I still need to find a job in those months.
Right.
And like currently, I just haven't had a lot of time to go searching out for jobs, and so I'm hoping either my internship hires me or like I can get a hookup. 'Cause,
Right.
like, it's getting really hard.
Yeah, you definitely need to know somebody.
Yeah.
So, the state of the economy has affected you in terms of your job search and whatnot else. Has it affected you in any other way, or affected your friends and family in any other way?
Well, I mean, I know for me, my parents, my girlfriend's parents, like, and her sister. Her sister's also. We just have to conserve a lot more, you know. You should be conserving and saving your money anyways, as far as a smart thing to do. But I think for everyone, you know, it's nice every once in a while to get some new clothes, or to like. I know for me, I have been lacking in this department because of the money situation, but like I was collecting records, so it's just like try to buy the first pressing while it's still cheap, and all that other stuff, and like just can't do that anymore. And so I guess just like frivolous spending we can't do anymore. That's the biggest thing. It's stressful for me getting enough money for food and gas and like art supplies. Like, since I'm doing graphic design and photography, a lot of this stuff's on the computer and I don't need a lot of supplies. But as of recently, since I'm going to be graduating this semester, I have to buy paper to build like all my graphic design like stuff, and frames, which can get to literally like $70 a frame for
Jeez.
my photos for my senior show. And I personally want to get like 8 pictures up there, so that's a lot of money.
Right.
I've talked to my teacher about possibly mounting it a different way so that I'm not spending $70 a frame for like
Right.
8 frames. And then gas is a big thing because I'm shooting a lot of bands, and so I have to go, like, there's just not a lot of bands playing the type of music that I'm shooting for my senior project around Hammond, so I'm usually in New Orleans or Baton Rouge, and I've even gone out to Lafayette before. So gas is a lot. So that stereotype of struggling artist is kind of what's going on for me right now. So like my parents have been a big help. Like that's where I'm lucky, is that I have parents that can afford to help me, because with the amount that I'm making at school, and my internship is non-paid, so
Right.
I'm paying for gas to get up to Covington right now and come back. And so just like, with how much I'm making at school, there's no way I can pay for all that myself. It's just like not plausible to pay for all that and still eat. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah.
You, we kind of talked about the cuts in medical care here in
Mhm.
Louisiana. Have you yourself been able to find affordable medical care when you need it?
I haven't really had to worry about that. I'm still kind of on my parents' insurance. Again, why I'm lucky. But I have a friend who recently just had a baby girl not too long ago. And so him and his wife are living out on their own. And I don't know as of right now if he's been able to find any affordable like medical care. But I know last time I talked to him about this issue, he couldn't find any, and he was just like, I'm gonna have to go without it. Like, it sucks to go without it, but like he can't afford it.
Really?
So things get tough in that situation. You know, you have a kid, because it's not, his situation wasn't one of those like, oops, he had a kid, like he wanted a kid and he wanted to get married and wanted to do that whole thing, and like now he's just struggling with the money. He's working constantly, hours and hours, like almost every day, so that he can afford to pay for everything, and he's still struggling. I didn't really talk to him about the medical care thing last time I talked to him, but I did talk to him about like his friends and stuff were worried about how they were gonna afford that, and he told me like it just like works, like somehow every month he has the money to like make it work, but it is also still a struggle because he can't afford like medical care, at least last time I talked to him about the medical care thing. So yeah.
So like, no matter how hard he works, like he still can't.
Yeah, like
That
he's
sucks.
and he's doing really like, I think if you see his situation, he's doing really well. They have a decent sized apartment for the given that it's only 3 of them. You know, the wife, I want to say she's still at home. She might have gone to work because they just had the baby,
Mm-hmm.
and he was making that work. And so like, his situation looks like really good, and for the most part it is. But like, you know, that's still something that it would help if he could pay for, because if something happens, like that's really expensive to pay for like yourself. So
Mhm.
like if he could pay for some like medical care, like insurance or something, like that would help him out a lot. So yeah, no matter how hard he works, he still has to struggle to like get that payment down, and that kind of sucks.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I don't remember if I asked. Have you been able to find affordable housing?
I'm at the school's housing
Really?
right now.
In the
yeah.
dorms or
In the apartments.
on North Campus?
Yeah, on North Campus. So I had to pay for it right then. So there you go. It's like, it's not exactly cheaper, but I think it's like easier as far as like what I have to deal with, because I'm not having to deal with like a monthly payment. So it's a little bit easier. And truthfully, I'm probably, whenever I graduate this semester, probably going to end up at my parents until I move to Chicago, and then probably stay with my brother in Chicago, because I'm just not making enough money to pay for all the other stuff I have to pay for, and like pay for like an apartment. Like my parents would have to pay for that. There's just no way I could do it. And so yeah, I thought about moving off campus for a little while, but it's just not happening. It would probably be cheaper, but something tells me I just could not manage my money,
Right.
like, to do